Okay, so yeah, this is part 3 of the video because of my retarded phone. No offense, but I tend to use that word. Sorry. Um, yeah. So I was saying about how my ex was selling the things I bought my son on like OfferUp, Craigslist, stuff like that. Um, like really, really, really. And I'm like, okay, did he get you a new scooter or anything? No. Well, he got him a new bike, but he didn't get him a new scooter. You know what I'm saying? Well, either way, it's wrong. Also, the car that supposedly he was gonna give me, he sold that. I wasn't gonna, I didn't expect to, you know, really. It's not funny. It's not funny. These are criminal acts. Not only that, he stalked me, he found out where I lived. During the time that he was fighting for the phone outside, I didn't want to go and get the phone that I had in my house. I had it turned off because I knew who I was being tracked. So, yeah, he didn't want to leave so I can go get it. So then I was telling him to come back in like 10 minutes so I can go run and get it and then give it to him. But he didn't want to hear it because those kind of people are impatient. They act like children. So anyway, so like I said, they were arguing. Then they started complimenting each other and started talking nice to each other for the next hour. It was very odd. And that's what happens when two narcissists have a conversation or whatever. They have some kind of conflict. So then after they did that, then he left finally. I got the phone. He left finally, and then I went to go get the phone. And then when I was giving him the phone, he was like, "Oh well, I already know where you live." So, well, he found out. He knew. So, putting me through all that hell for nothing. Man, this is an evil, pure evil. Um, so he went off with my daughter and the phone, and my poor son had to like be in confusion why was the phone taken from him like that when the first phone that I gave him was taken from him too, and this leaves emotional scars for children. So yeah, that was all nice to each other. And then he even came back later. He brought some donuts from Dunkin' Donuts and some other shit and started talking because they were having a barbecue or something. And my other family was there, and they were like, "Oh, hey, what's going on? How are you?" They bring on the charm. And then he bought some donuts. He bought some things. They even bought me something. Can you believe that? I'm like, that's great. I'm not taking it. I don't want it. He bought me something that he knew I liked. So he has a major plan here. This is a warning sign for me. And he's trying to hoover me back. There's something in the making. Something's going on in his head. The wheels are fucking turning. You know what I'm saying? So he finally leaves. Ruined my whole day. I'm all anxious and nervous to, watching over my son. And they're having a barbecue at my mother's house, which I didn't want to be in to begin with. He dropped my kids over there purposely. So I can't even make this shit up. It's so horrible. It really is. And so my mother's talking shit in the beginning when they were fighting. She was talking shit about me and stuff. So yeah, go ahead, go on with each other and talk shit about me. I must be popular. Like I was just like, oh, I like all this attention, I guess. Thanks for taking the time out to stalk me and talk shit about me. Anyway, no, I don't enjoy that. I really don't. It's scary. It's scary and it's invasive, and I'm tired of it. I just want freedom. That's all I want. I don't bother people. I don't want to infringe on their privacy or freedoms. So leave me alone. But these kind of people, narcissists, they are relentless, and they are just like, wow. This is why they shouldn't have a place in this society. They're running society right now. I mean, everything is going under because of them. Anyway, but that's another story. So, yeah, they finally left, and the mother narc is just in a great old mood. She's in a happy mood, isn't she? Because she destroyed me by going, putting me through all that, and my daughter seeing all that. My son, he was playing video games. He didn't really see outside, but putting me through that mental distress and stress. I had no energy left. I'm tired. I'm very tired after dealing with these people, mentally and physically actually tired, okay? So then they can have their excuse to call me lazy all the time, but it's really because they drain me completely of my own energy, which I do have quite a bit of. So this is not what life's about. This is not. I feel like a captive. I feel like a prisoner even when I'm not around them. It's like a mental torture, a mental prison they put you in. And then he just continued to call me late at night, 12, 1, 2. He just had to be talking. And they just don't stop talk. Sorry, but if you talk a lot, maybe you're a narcissist. Like, check yourself. Or histrionic. I mean, histrionic does talk a lot. There's different kinds of disorders, but definitely in my experience, they just talk and talk and talk, like monologues of talking, and it's so, you have no say. Your voice is completely drowned out if you try to speak. Alright, so imagine them two fighting for control over the conversation. That's why it took so long for them to resolve whatever they were talking about outside on the porch. Like, I filmed go to my other videos before this and you'll see a little bit of what they were talking about. I wasn't able to get a lot of coverage because my phone is really got issues. It keeps shutting in the middle of filming and stuff like that, so I didn't get much of the conversation. And besides, I just left from dealing with them and letting them be to themselves. And it took about 2 hours, 3 hours, I don't even know, two and a half hours, something like that they spent outside trying to compete over who has control of the conversation. Unbelievable. This is what happens when you have two narcissists together. Okay, I'm just giving you my experience and what I observe. Alright, so then he finally leaves. Alright, he was calling me in the middle of the night while he was driving. He drove the whole way, non-stop, 10 hours. Because they're robots and they're fucking, I don't know, zombies. What the fuck is it? Like, seriously? They're inhumane. They don't need sleep. They don't work. I mean, when I used to live with him, he would just be up at all hours of the night. It's really like, wow. They're robots is what I wanted to say. Right, robots. So, what is that, rain? It's gonna rain, probably. So yeah, he kept calling me and he was like, oh, well, I could set this and that up for you. Blah, blah, blah. Freaking A, it's gonna rain. So I could set up this and that. I don't know. I just, I don't get to speak, so, talk. Unfortunately, I don't have a good app to record conversations. But I gotta find a better one because they charge for that. So maybe I'll end up paying for it. You know what? It's worth it if I do. But it's very rare that I'm able to even speak with him because I'm usually blocked. Out of sight, out of mind, and that's how they work. You cannot depend on anything that they say as truth or that they're gonna follow through because they never follow through. Never. And I have to cooperate with this specific person because of my kids, and that's not possible now, is it? No, it's not possible. Alright, so what is this? What is this blue bandana doing? What's going on? No, we have gangs. I don't know. I wouldn't be surprised. Okay, so yeah. So he's like, I'm gonna get you an apartment. Again, he's talking nonsense in front of my daughter because, you know, he wants to look like the good guy, and that he is doing so much for me, and he's offering so much help, and we know that's not true because they don't follow through with anything. And then he was like, what did he say? Oh, and then he was actually on the phone with his girlfriend while I was on the phone with my daughter, because she called me or something, and then I started talking to her, and then I heard him in the background talking to his girlfriend, talking down to her. Something like, oh, you knew not to be sending me these videos while I'm not in town, and I'm tired of this shit, and I ain't gonna take your shit no more. I mean, you about to see what happens, something like that. I don't know, couldn't hear that well. So he was talking down to her, putting her in her place. That's what they like to claim. So that's what he was taught anyway. It really is. It's ingrained in them. So yeah. Then I got back on the phone, and he's like, you see, this is how I talk to my girlfriend too. You gotta know your place. You gotta know your place. Some shit like that, some shit. And I'm like, okay, I don't care, but thanks for giving that information, volunteering. I don't care. I don't care about your girlfriend. I hope you guys stay together. I really do. Like, the only reason why he's not going after me in a sexual or way is because he has her, and also she has stuff to offer him, services. Right? So yeah, that's it. I'm not gonna talk anymore because actually it's gonna rain, and I don't want to be stuck out in the rain. Okay, so thank you guys for listening to that drama story from hell. And oh my god, I'm so tired and exhausted. I just want to let you guys know that's a real thing. They do take all your energy. They suck it out like a fucking vacuum cleaner or a fucking vampire, and you are just down for the fucking count. Sorry, excuse my language, but it's truth. All right, so just oh god, there's the cops. Now I gotta wonder about them. Yeah, I am paranoid big time. Okay, so guys, just comments, any encouraging comments would be appreciated.